to a new vlog. I am starting this vlog on a Saturday and we're gonna go up until Wednesday because on Thursday I leave for New York City for my summer client photo shoots. I am really excited about this. I'm not gonna vlog in New York because I have 3 shoots a day and that's all I'm really gonna be doing. I do have a Friday morning breakfast at Lauderay that I'm really excited about, but I'm basically going there, staying with one of my best friends, and then leaving Monday morning. But I will be vlogging, packing, and prepping for this trip. It's gonna be a bit different than in my previous vlog. I went to New York with my boyfriend. It was his first time, and we went over my birthday, and I packed for like a proper vacation, but because I'm just going for shoots, I'm going to try to do a carry-on, or I definitely can just do a carry-on because I'll basically be wearing the version of the same outfit every day since I'm with clients and just shooting. But right now it's almost 3 o'clock and I got home from my boyfriend's. I'm gonna go back into Seattle tomorrow. I have a shoot tomorrow night with some of his friends who are coming up. Last week was photo shoot, so I didn't actually vlog, but you won't notice a break in the vlogs because I'm like a week or so ahead when I post them. But right now it's 3 o'clock and I have a handful of things for work to do on my to-do list that are lower priority that I don't necessarily have to do during the week. But one thing though that I'm working on is I'm transferring my memory card, or I'm clearing my memory cards. So I've transferred these already to my hard drive and then my solid state drive, and I'm just going back through the cards and formatting them, but like double checking that they're on both drives, like even projects that I've already delivered. Even though they're there, I just like to do it for kind of peace of mind. So this is the memory card case that I really like. It's from Lowepro. And it's soft shell. It fits CF cards, which are these larger cards, and SD. And my process is a little bit unorganized, I guess. I just have put all of the cards that are flipped over on here, that means that they're full, into this little jar for the moment. And then I just kind of go through and double check and then format, and then I move them from the jar back in here, whatever. So not super exciting, but that is what I'm doing right now. And then I've ordered a couple more cards and more batteries for New York because I might be filming a couple of photography videos with friends there, friends modeling for me for videos if we have the time. So I ordered a couple extra batteries specifically for my Canon R camera that we have been filming on lately. The battery drains way faster, and even though I have enough batteries for shoots for my Mark IV, which doesn't die as fast, if we're also incorporating video, had to have some extras. So we're going to continue on with that, and then I will check in. I'm also attempting to do a mini super chopped up vlog for my Instagram with my iPhone, and I have this cool little tripod from Joby that I really like. I also have one that stands up like 6 feet, but this is just so nice and clever, and I like this because it's dual purpose, because this tripod head comes off for the phone, and I can actually fit my vlog camera on it. And then this, it like moves. It's really awesome. I love it. So I'm going to try to do that. I am trying to incorporate more fun Instagram reels of like my life onto Instagram. And so I have some reels that I'm wanting to film today as well. So it's going to be really fun. Again, low priority things, but I just want to get a head start, especially since, I'm going to be done working basically on Thursday. So I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'm going to be out of the office working, but not on my computer. So anyway, let's continue on with clearing out these cards. Okay, so these are all now my cleared out cards, and then the ones that have vlog footage on it or personal content photos are in here that I want to go through later today and just I have to like double check them in different places on different hard drives because of the kind of footage it is. So this is just going to sit on my desk, and then it's like to do at the end of the day, go back through this. But yeah, okay, all of these are now cleared away. And I ordered some more memory cards as well, but this should be more than enough. So in New York, and for any client shoot, I shoot with my Mark IV, which has dual card slots. So it has a CF card on the top, that long one, and then an SD, and I can shoot on them at the same time. So I will use these CF cards, the 128, matched up with a 128 memory card. And yeah, so for the like YouTube videos and for like the ones that I'll be shooting with my friends in New York, I'm not going to do that where I shoot on this and this. This is just for clients. But yeah, I think that it's a great way to back it up. And I have a handful of more CF cards in another little hard shell case that I will bring along as well. But yeah, so feeling pretty good about this, and then I'll go through this later today. Okay, so that is now done, and now I'm going to actually upload a vlog to YouTube, and then I have another vlog that I will be scheduling for next week, and then the next thing on my to-do list is scheduling a podcast to go live for next week, and then getting up this week's podcast as well. So I've been inconsistent with the podcasts, but I don't know, it is what it is, but I want to get better. And the only way that I find I'm able to be consistent with the podcasts are when I batch them out. So I've batch recorded them all, but I haven't done everything with the footage. Like I'll go through and rough cut, but then I need to have the caption prepped and everything like that. And so that's what I'm going to do today. And I think I'm just going to set a timer, honestly, for this, because I can get quite caught up in it, and it shouldn't take me more than an hour, honestly. So I'm going to set a timer though for 30 minutes, and then I will check in after those podcasts are ready, because the blog post, one of the blog posts is done. The other blog post my VA will do, and it's going up next week. And yeah, so anyway, I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, it's a little while later, and I just have some stuff uploading and exporting, importing, whatever on the computer. And so I'm going to actually fill out this calendar that I got, where originally I had three, well, I have three, but originally the idea was that I would be able to map out the whole quarter with content calendar, so that I can then erase it and move it around. I'm just going to fill out the month of June, because when I'm filming this, it is June 3rd, and I want to map out my June content and just get it onto paper. So I'm going to do that, and I love having physical calendars, physical planners, but now I like to have most stuff on my Google Calendar digitally, but this is just really helpful, so we're going to fill it out. It's 6 o'clock, and I am all done with my computer work for the day, and now I'm going to do a couple of Instagram reels. So I did my makeup earlier this afternoon, and now I'm going to just do my hair. I left my Dyson at Ryan, so I'm going to use my Amika round brush that I really like. This is super awesome to just style my hair. Super simple, change, and then the first Instagram reel I think I'm going to create is my vintage book collection. I don't know exactly how I want to format it, but I think I'm just going to use my hand, like hold a book in each frame and like change it almost stop motion, like, I don't know. So I'm gonna do my hair. I just finished filming an Instagram reel of antique store haul. Actually, I've had these items sitting here for 2 weeks in my loft. I already did a haul when I originally bought the pieces in a different vlog, and I was like, you know what, let me kick it off with an antique store haul for these reels. So I did that, and my hair is super greasy, but I did manage to style it. And then I'm wearing the most fun 70s inspired denim jumpsuit from Madewell that I've had for a couple of years, and I love it. So I'm just gonna run through the footage and make sure that I like it. I filmed on the back camera, so that's why I have a mirror here, so that then I can make sure that I'm in the frame, and then there's the little phone tripod that I use. So I'm gonna quickly look through the footage and then move along with my next video. It's much later, it's 9 o'clock at night, and I am now done for the day with working. I'm feeling really excited. I filmed antique store haul like once I was done on the computer working, and edited that and then got that up. I'm excited about like sharing more on Instagram about my home decor and my personal style. I think that will be really fun, kind of like bite size of what I share here on vlogs. And I also uploaded to TikTok, which I've had a TikTok account, but I haven't like uploaded to it, and I was addicted to it and I would just use it as a user. And I had to delete it from my phone because I'd be on it for like 3 hours, as most of us know that's the experience with TikTok. But it's changed so much, and I don't know really how to even navigate the app in a good way. So I'm just gonna not even dip my toe into it and just upload so I don't get addicted. Excited to start that, and then I did a bunch of other filming, and then I'll do that stuff later. So going to pop some dinner in the oven, edit, and then I'll check in probably when I'm doing my skincare routine this evening. Okay, I just looked back at the footage, and I promise you guys that this is hair dye. It's bleach. This is like my hair dye t-shirt. But when I looked back at the footage, it just looked like it is peanut butter or something so disgusting. This shirt, it's clean. It's just my hair dye shirt, which I am due to dye my hair soon. I do it myself and I really like it. I just do an all over gloss, but I coordinate it with my nail appointments because the dye stains my nails, and my nails right now are so freaking cute. They are iridescent pink, and they have a green reflex to the iridescent, and the shade of pink plus the iridescent reminds me of Polly Pocket's squishy shoe. I love it so much. So I'm not trying to stain this, but I do want to get that done probably when I get back from New York, because when I'm in New York for photo shoots, I'm just wearing the same outfit every day, and then my hair is put back into a ponytail. So we'll wait, because that will be a waste of time, and like might as well have it fresh when I come back. Anyway, so I'm going to now make some dinner and then edit some photos. Okay, it is Sunday, 1 o'clock, and I'm about to go meet up with Ryan, and we're gonna spend the day with 2 of his friends who are in town that I'm really excited. One I met, and then one I haven't, but I've like talked to her on the phone and stuff, like when I was planning Ryan's party for his birthday, and I'm really excited to meet them. And then this evening during golden hour, I'm gonna take their photos, and they're gonna model for me for a fun little shoot, and we're gonna record it for a YouTube tutorial. So I'm really excited about that. We're gonna shoot in Capitol Hill, some of the really cute little neighborhoods with like the gardens, and I'm feeling so good because I just washed and styled my hair and I did my makeup fully, and I just feel like myself. I haven't done this in a while, I feel like, and so I'm feeling very good. I do want to shout out 2 products that I love. So a couple of weeks ago, Laura Mercier sent me some of their bath and body products, and there's 3 different scents. There's coconut, vanilla, and then I have the amber vanilla. And this body scrub for the shower I've been using since, and I really love it. It's so lush, it smells so good, but the actual product itself is the perfect consistency. It's exfoliating, but it just has the perfect amount of granulars in it where it doesn't feel roughed against your skin, but it's also very like ooey gooey. It's so good. I love this, and it smells amazing. And then the smell actually lingers on your skin the rest of the evening or the morning whenever you shower. But for me in the evening, I'll be laying there and I can actually smell it, and it's really pleasant, so I love it. And then the other thing is the body butter. I really love this. Used this today on my arms, and I just love the smell because I can still mix in my perfume, which is the Kilian Moonlight in Heaven that I got for my birthday, and it doesn't overpower it. It kind of complements it nicely. Anyway, I am going to get my stuff together. I'm going to spend one night over at Ryan's and then come back because I have a doctor's appointment and a couple other things the rest of the week until I go to New York. I might go into Seattle maybe on Wednesday, maybe, I don't know. I'm going to switch to my phone and I'm going to vlog the rest of the day, but the thing is, the one One of the cons to this camera is that the camera that I use to shoot on is the M50. I'll show you it in the mirror. You've probably seen it in the mirror before, but I'll show you before I leave. It's quite bulky, so it limits me with what kind of bag I'm using. And when I'm vlogging, it's like you're out and about, you want to just have maybe your little Lululemon fanny pack. This camera, I have to bring like a tote bag. I can't even do like a little crossbody. So I really love it though. The quality is great, but it does limit you. So if you are interested in getting into vlogging, or you want a small little camera for video and for photo, but you want to be able to do any kind of purse, then I would recommend the Canon G7x, the G7x Mark II. So this camera has had a resurgence this past spring with the photos and using it for flash, for images. And I actually did a video where I reviewed this camera. It was back 2 years ago, at the very beginning of 2020. I went to Spain with DP Review, which is Canon and Amazon partnered together to create this video with DP Review, and myself and my friend Chelsea were hired as a talent, and Chelsea modeled for me, and then I was the photographer, and we did a whole video in Spain all about this camera. So I can't believe that happened. Again, it was right before COVID, so it was the very beginning of 2020. It was February. I believe it was February, or maybe it was December. Anyway, if you're interested, then I would recommend to check out that video because I highlight it for how the video works and then also for the photo. But I do really love this camera, but a part of me wishes that I didn't get the camera actually, like after the video, they didn't give it to me, but I kind of wish that maybe I opted for that camera over the M50 just for the practicality of being able to bring it everywhere. But yeah, so I love this. I do have a little microphone. It's a Joby mic, and it's smaller than my Rode mic, and it does just as good of a job on this camera as the Rode one, specifically for the vlog camera. And I just like it because it's a bit more compact and small. So I'm gonna have all of my vlog gear linked down below on my Amazon storefront. And that's where I have not only vlog gear, but my podcast setup. I have photoshoot props and accessories. I have hard drives and backup systems and lots of tech stuff. I have like tripods, cases, my camera suitcase, my camera bag, everything linked down below on this Amazon storefront. So before I go, I'll pop over into the mirror so you guys can see the camera, and then also the size of the microphone. And then we're going to switch to iPhone and head over to Ryan's in downtown. Okay, so here is the camera, the size of the camera, and then the lens itself is about like this big, and then the microphone is from Joby, and I love this. I definitely think that it enhances the vlogs a lot to have a mic, and I would say with this camera, I can see a significant improvement of the audio quality when I have a mic versus when I don't. So I would recommend a mic. And the mic is from Joby. And then the other thing that I love that's also from Joby is this Gorilla Pod. So they have this in a handful of sizes, and this is the larger size. I also have medium, and then I have the small. I would recommend the largest size because this is what's going to make the biggest difference. And it's just going to give you the most flexibility too. And what's cool is these little beads all turn, so you can totally move this around. This also can support a larger DSLR camera, which is awesome too. So yeah, I definitely recommend this. I'll have it all linked down on my Amazon storefront in the description box, and let's head out to Ryan's. Lilies are so vibrant and so beautiful. Ryan got these for me. They're so cute. They smell so good. It is Monday evening, 6 o'clock, and I'm finished with work. and I just got back from an Orange Theory class. I went to the doctor today for a checkup. I believe it's like every year I have to go in for a med checkup for my depression meds. I've been on my meds since 2016, but I feel like I've been on them even before that. But anyway, so my doctor, I've been with her for a really long time. Like I said, 2016 is when I started on these depression meds, and I was telling her that the last time that I flew, which was in November, I went to Bali for work, and I was teaching at a workshop there, and I had a huge panic attack, like, before I went on the plane. I'm really scared of flying. I haven't been, ever since COVID, I have been, but before I haven't been. And then the flight to New York, I was with Ryan, so I was okay, but on the flight back, there was turbulence, and I had an anxiety attack, and so since I was there, I was asking her if, like, she's prescribed me Xanax before for flights, but I've never actually, like, filled the subscription to take it. And so I actually had her put in this prescription for me, and she said that she thinks it's really gonna help me, and it's like a low dose. And so it kind of has taken away all of the pre-flight anxiety. Like, I noticed I have eczema on the back of my neck, and I break out in eczema whenever I'm really stressed out, but like with flights and travel and stuff. So I'm feeling better knowing that I can hopefully have something to help me so I can just get on the flight without having a panic attack and then being so exhausted once I get to my destination because of my panic attack. So yeah, I'm cooking dinner right now, and then after I eat, I want to show you guys my workout shoes, because I haven't talked about them, and I shared it over on Instagram, and I love them. I've been wearing them for a long time. I love these styles, and I'm going to share them. But first, I'm going to eat, and then I will check in. Okay, so here are the two different types of Hokas that I have. And the first style I ever got are the Clifton 8s, which are these. And the mark around the toe is from the rowing machine strap at Orange Theory. So these are the Clifton 8s. I really like them. I do wear foot custom insoles in them that I got from Roadrunner Sports. And the reason why I actually got a different style is because the Bondis had come out, I believe it was last summer, last spring, and I just thought that they were so cute. And they are giving geriatrics, but I think that they're so cute. And these are the ones that I wear most of the time. And then the Cliftons are ones that I keep in my car. And today was an example of when I reached for them in the car. So I was out doing errands, and I fit in an Orange Theory workout between some of the errands, and I was able to pop these on because 9 times out of 10 during the day, you guys see that I'm wearing just athletic clothes because that's kind of the vibe here in Seattle. And so yeah, I keep these in my car. I really like these, but my favorite are definitely the Bondis. I also don't have to wear, I find I don't have to wear my foot inserts or my insole inserts in these. They're super comfortable, and they're both great for what I do, which is Orange Theory. It is Wednesday afternoon. I'm just in my robe right now because it's cozy, and I am just doing computer work, which I have a lot of to do today. That I actually had a YouTube photo shoot for a fun behind the scenes video. It's not a brand deal or anything. It's just a miscellaneous video, and we decided to reschedule to next week just because I have way too much work to finish today and tomorrow before I leave for New York, that it wouldn't be wise to go forward with doing this non-priority kind of shoot. So we're going to do a different day, but it would have been really fun because we're going to do it at the Olsen Mansion. And right now it's super lush over there because the Olsen Mansion used to be a golf course, and then a church bought it out. Which is really cool. So the golf course is like these rolling hills, but they're all overgrown. And right now it's not too hot. Last summer I shot there at the end of the summer, and it was all like brown, more like a field. But right now it's bright green. And I did maternity photos over there a couple weeks ago. And so I want to shoot there, but we're going to just do a different day next week when I get back from the city. So today is working on the computer, and I'm going to try to vlog as much as I can of it and like talk you through So many things though are random. Like I just need to call the billing department at the natural path that I went to, and then like call another allergist, and then like I have to call an airline because I wasn't refunded for something else. Like lots of random little things, but I want to get them done. So I'll walk you through as many interesting things that pertain to clients and like podcasting, stuff like that. I have a client gallery that I'm delivering today. I'm really excited about it. And yeah, that's kind of a rundown of lots of computer things, and I'm also getting my nails done today and my hair cut. I try to stack as many of those types of appointments back to back as I can. So getting my nails done, and then gotta get a haircut, just the trim, gotta take my car to the car wash. So a little exciting break during the workday, but I'm gonna get back to the computer and get this client gallery delivered, and I'll show you guys actually how I do that, or I'll walk you through it. Okay, so let me show you guys this little pouch. This is a tech pouch from Moment, and they have them in 2 sizes. I have a smaller size and then this larger size. And this is incredible. It's gone with me on so many different trips, and it holds so much. So there's a zip pocket that has 2 open side pockets inside here, and then there's this divider that has these bands that you can put like wires and cords in, and then the other side also has that. There's also this that could, I guess, hold a pen or something, and then there's these really big open side pockets here. So I have a LaCie drive, and then I couldn't fit another LaCie drive. I guess I might be able to, but I could put my solid state drives in here, and then I also can fit my charging cord for my computer, and then I put like my headphones in here, and then my these card readers. So I have an SD card reader for my computer, and then I have this CF one that I actually need to grab and take this off, that I use a little guy to convert. So these will go with me. But yeah, I really love this pouch. I think that it's like really well organized, and I can hold a lot. I might even, you might be able to hold, this is a 4 terabyte LaCie drive, so it's a lot thicker, but the lower you go in number, the slimmer it gets. So if I had like a 2 or 1 terabyte, I could definitely fit another in here. So yeah, I'll have this link down below. It's awesome. There's also a smaller one, but the small one isn't going to fit nearly as much as the big one, so I recommend the larger one. And this just goes with me everywhere. I love it. So I am going to plug in this. This is my solid state drive. You guys can see the difference here between a external hard drive, which is the orange, and then a solid state drive. And I have all like my active projects that I work off of here that I'm editing, like YouTube videos, podcast stuff, or photos. And then I use this as a backup, but editing is so much quicker on the solid state drive. And as you can see, it's a lot slimmer. And it also doesn't have any moving parts like an external hard drive does. So I feel like this is a lot more durable in the sense that this you have to be really, really, really precious about. I feel like the LaCie ones are a lot more, you don't have to be so precious because to me it just feels a lot more like durable as opposed to other ones that I've had in the past. But yeah, I really like these two, so I am going to start editing, and then I keep my cords also in here. I'll show you guys everything that I pack for my New York trip for photo shoots because it's going to be interesting. I'm planning to just do a carry-on and then my camera backpack. But yeah, I'm going to start this. Okay, so while my files are exporting and I'm doing a web-size version for my own blog, my gallery that I share like front-facing on my website, and then the full-size version for my clients. So there's a couple different platforms you could go with, and they all are good. They just have different benefits and different features. So number one, the most simple way if you are starting from like you have a very limited budget is WeTransfer. And I've used that, I mean, since I was in middle school, junior high, when I was first starting off in my photography business. That's the tool that I was introduced to, and I love it. Now with a free WeTransfer account, you can send up to like a couple of gigabytes, like 2 or 3 gigabytes of files, and you can do as many separate emails as you want. And then with the paid account, you can send up to 20 gigabytes at a time. So I like the paid account for like when I was doing a lot of photography sit-down videos. I had an amazing editor who that's how I would transfer my video files to her, and I used the paid account. And so if you're starting and you don't have you want to have a free option that still is professional, WeTransfer is a great option. Now, it will automatically send the email to your client, and then it's a link that they click and it downloads to their device. It also will download to their mobile phone if they want to. So I like to specify to them to get it on their computer. Okay, I'm just exporting the full size now. But what you can also do is you can take that link that it's going to send your clients in that WeTransfer email and draft your own professional email, or through your client management software like Honeybook or something like that, and like have like click here to view the files. So the other option that I use right now and have used for about a year is called Pic-Time. And it's a gallery delivery platform. It's really cool because you can sell prints and have a storefront directly within the platform. And Pic-Time will handle all of that in terms of like the tracking information, the shipping, any questions. They have like a huge number of print stores that they're partnered with. And so it's really cool. You can customize the price, or you can just go by the default prices. It's a great way to start offering printed goods, albums, in-person sales in a way to your, it's a great way to add products to your service and like make extra money that way as well. And then, so that's what I use. And with Pic-Time, I'm able to give them web size files and high resolution files. And then the other option is called Pixie Set. And with Pixie Set, it's similar in like it's a gallery delivery, but apparently, this is what I heard in my Build and Bloom Facebook group, Pixie Set, you can actually do invoicing directly on the platform, and I believe even like sending contracts. So I really want to look more into that, but I recommend all just depending on your needs, your price, what you're looking for. And I'm definitely interested in like giving Pixie Set more of a go and like explore the platform. I just have a Pic-Time account. So anyway, I'm going to upload these to Pic-Time and then send it off to my client. And let's see, at my boyfriend's, he has a really fast Wi-Fi. Here at my house, it's pretty slow. We don't know why it's slow. I don't know, it's just the connection or something, but anyway, so it takes a minute to upload, but yeah, I can like customize the gallery in Pic-Time, do my own branding, logos, upload the photos, and then also because you have the store, they provide email. None of this is sponsored. Otherwise, I wouldn't have mentioned like the two other options, right? But this is what I use. So there's email templates and automated emails that you can actually send out to the client to like offer them 30% off the print shop, stuff like that. So it's really cool. I'd recommend explore all three options, see what works for you. I really like Pic-Time. I don't have a need right now to have invoicing and contracts within my gallery system. I use Honeybook for that, which is where it's like my client management software or web platform. I'll have it linked down below, Honeybook, if you're interested. I'll also have Pic-Time linked down below. WeTransfer is just wetransfer.com, and then there's Pixie Set. But yeah, so I'm going to send these off right now, and then I will probably check in once I'm done with my random phone calls. Okay, done with my random calls and some computer work. Gallery is delivered, and I'm off to get my hair cut. And I'm not going to touch my front bangs at all because I'm wanting to grow them out so that they can totally be tucked completely behind my ear and not these little pieces falling back. So let's go get my haircut, and then I'm getting my nails done after. Okay, haircut is done and it feels so good, and she always does the best blowout, and so I can kind of keep this probably throughout my trip in New York if I don't put my hair back in a ponytail. So now I'm going to go to the car wash and then post office car wash, and then get my nails done. And then I'm going to head back home, and I want to do some kind of workout tonight because a photo shoot's several hours long. A workout's just 40 minutes, 50 minutes. So I do want to get something in there. So maybe Pilates, maybe Orange Theory, we'll just see. But I want to share a podcast that I've been listening and loving. It's called Ahead of the Curve with Coco Mocoe, Mocoe. She, from what I know, is a trend forecaster, and she works in marketing, and trend forecasting is actually something that I was super interested in when I was in high school. So I went to a trade school where I did fashion design for my junior and senior year, and I also did it my summer, my freshman year, and I learned so much. And one of the things that we did was we went to New York City on a field trip, and we were able, the way we raised money to go is we sold coffee. And so I sold a bunch of coffee. I was able to go, and we went to a trend forecasting lab. We actually went to 2 on both trips. So one of the labs was called Style Site, and then they're based here and then out of the UK. And then the other one was called EF Trend Labs, and that's the first one we went to. And basically they are trend forecasters where they go out into like different places and look and evaluate what people are wearing, but not so much the current trends, and they're able to predict based on the market, whatever. So they can predict trends from clothes, but also interiors, the way that like technology could be designed, and it's really cool. And so I love that stuff, and I thought it would be fun to be a trend forecaster where you actually like go out on trips, like you go around the world and you just photograph stuff. And anyway, so she works in marketing, she's a trend forecaster, and she has a podcast that breaks down a lot of like influencer marketing and different, like, for example, the episode I'm listening to right now is about the Tarte Dubai trip and like why do brands do influencer trips and kind of what went right, what went wrong. They also did, she did one on another brand trip. She also covered like Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber, but why it blew up and why TikTok made that feud blow up. So it's also like pop culture things, but I don't care so much about pop culture. Like I could care less about Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez, honestly. It's just not my area of interest, but what makes it so fascinating is because of how it blew up. And so seeing it from, hearing about it from a marketer's perspective is so interesting. And I think a lot of people don't necessarily care about Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber, but because of the feud and how TikTok fueled it, that's what made us like care, if that makes any sense. So anyway, it's called Ahead of the Curve with Coco Mocoe, Mocoe. Let's see what else she has on her episodes. She did one that was covering like why food influencers are so profitable and why that niche is really profitable. So anyway, she covers a plethora of different things in the industry and looks at it from a marketer's perspective. So anyway, super awesome show. I love it, and I'm going to listen to it throughout the day. Yeah, had to recommend that podcast because I'm loving it, and I'm gonna go and run the rest of these errands. Okay, just got my nails done, and I went for this nude color, and I also got them trimmed down just a little bit. I love a long nail, but I got them down just so I could access my gear a tiny bit easier. I think that they're super cute, and now I'm going to actually head back home. I'm not going to do a workout today. I just want to get back and get to work so that it's 4 o'clock now. I'm going to work until about 7:38 and then do some packing. So yeah, kind of bummed I'm not going to get a Pilates class in, but there weren't any options available that weren't like wait listed by 4 or 5. So by 4 or 5 people. So I'm just going to head home, eat something, and get to work. It's a bit later on in the evening. I've cleaned, I ate dinner, and right now it is the perfect lighting out back for me to do a garden tour update. So the last update I did was last month, and the garden has been blossoming so much since that tour, especially with all the sunshine that we've been getting here in Seattle. And so I want to give you the first really official garden tour of the early summer. So let's do it. Here is an overview. Oops, a little bit bright back in that corner, but here's an overview of the garden. The biggest change is that we finally have the little shelf up on top of this credenza, and it's looking really cute. and then we're gonna secure it. So in my previous update, this was gone because it had fallen down in a windstorm. But yeah, so this is up. Some herbs are down here. I'm gonna show you guys. This is something that I got my mom for her birthday, and I guess that it rusts on the bottom, so she has to get little pads, but that will soon be out here. It rests on these little tiles. So it's styled really cute. It's gonna be cool to see how, we have another one of these little pots with the moss. It'll be cool to see how it grows over the summer. I feel like it might even go down a bit further. Just some lightly styled stuff. Cute little roses. And then these pots that are kind of overflowing. Looks really pretty. Super nice. And then over here we have some more flowers that are just overflowing. That's kind of the whole vibe for the garden, is we want it to be like an English garden. Super cute little guys. Okay, so let's start over in this corner. Oh, and another big change since my last garden update is that all of this blue star creeper has bloomed. So before this was all just green, solid green. And now you can see it has little blue flowers. So super cute. And Mom, did you plant these pansies, or are they just bloomed? These little pansies? These just were there. Super cool. Okay, so, oh, also another, I need to start from the beginning, but this has also exploded since my last update. So let's go over this way and start from the beginning. So we have, these are geraniums, Mom? Geraniums. And then we have all this little Irish moss. Is that what it's called, Irish moss? Irish moss. And then this is really overgrown. This radiator is so cool. It's from Details Home and Garden, as is the shelving unit that I just showed you guys, and our table that I'll show in a little bit. And then some jasmine will be blooming later in the summer. This corner is so beautiful. It's super overgrown and so gorgeous. And then the chives. So fun. Okay, so also we have our fountain working now. So that's really nice. Okie dokie. Here's another one of the little statues with some moss in it. And then hellebore, which usually blooms like late spring. It's still going strong. And then this I shared in the last garden tour. This used to be at my mom's apartment. So after I moved back from New York City, I lived with my mom in her apartment for a little over a year in a one bedroom, and she had this in a pot, a little pot in the kitchen, I believe it was, or possibly on the porch, but very small, and like one or two of these leaves. And now look at how much it's grown. It's so crazy. It's lavender and it's dead. And then we have Japanese maple. We have lots of Japanese maples here. So we got a lot of these plants actually gifted to us from one of my mom's friends. So Japanese maples and everything are usually like a higher price point, and we're blessed to have multiple because we are gifted them. So we now have an irrigation system, which is new. My mom installed it last summer, and with all of these cedar trees, they have to have a lot of water every single night, and that would take so long. So now we have this irrigation system, which is basically a hose sprinkler system. And then this has tulips in it, but the tulips have come and gone. And then later in the summer, it will be sweet peas, and the sweet peas will go seriously like out and down here. They just take over in the best way. They're super colorful and gorgeous. But right now, I believe that these are garlic little guys. So super fun. And then something that's really exciting is that the roses have started to bloom, or started to blossom. So this one, look at how big. Here's my hand. This is a St. Patrick's rose, and it's the most beautiful buttery yellow color. It's gotten so big since when we originally picked it up. This was also gifted to us. Most of these plants have been gifted to us from my mom's friend. Over here in the sun, we have more blue star creeper, and then this is rose. Mom, what is this one? This is lavender, I believe. Yeah, this one is lavender. When it's dead, it looks, or when it's, you know, it looks the same as rosemary and lavender. But yeah, okay. And then up here, we also have another rose that is just starting to bud. And you can see there's one right here. One is bloomed. It's hard to show because of the sun, but it's a super, super light pink. It's super pretty. And more of those will blossom. Actually, here's one right now that is budding. And then we have, this is some kind of daisy that looks really crazy and fun, and it's super fluffy, and it's a white flower, and it's just really taken over. And then over here is another rose bush. Let me adjust this for you guys. Okay, so here's another rose bush that is also just starting to, it hasn't even bud yet, but you can see here, it's starting to do something. Flowers down here that are taking over. Some more right here. Oh, I don't think I mentioned this in this vlog. This is my mom's garden, so like I helped, but I don't know much about the plants other than the ones that were there when we started it back in summer. I think it was summer 2021 that we did this. So lots of new additions, but here's another Japanese maple that has also just grown so much since over the last 2 years. So this is our 3rd year with the garden. So let me show you guys how big it's gotten. Super cool. So we did install all of this tile. Actually, that's not the pretty area to show. We installed all of this tile, and also these flower beds are made using cinder blocks. And so we did all of that. Well, I didn't do much of that labor. My brothers did. But yeah, so super fun. Okay, so back into this corner, we have more flowering pots. This later will become last year we had herbs in it, but you have to replant herbs, at least the ones we had, like basil, every year. So right now it has these flowers and then probably basil later on. Yeah, more of the Japanese maple. These guys have popped up as well. We didn't plant them. Super fun. Here's a Japanese maple that sits lower and it's really grown. And then up here we have another kind of filler plant. This looks like he hasn't gotten potted yet, but he has grown quite a bit. That's like a evergreen. And then, oh my gosh, blueberries. Wow, this must have gone in since, these have definitely bud way more since my last tour, because I didn't notice them last time. And then this, I love. This will have bright purple flowers all around it. It's a beautiful ground cover. You can also use it like on a hillside or like how we have right here. And then again, all of these yellow little flowers have come up. Maybe it's the bird sprinkling a seed. I don't really know, but it's super pretty. And then my favorite little area too right now is this. How amazing is this wall of little pansies? So cute. And then the ivy that we have has also taken over, and you can actually see it goes all the way back here. Look at that. So the way that we have been able to control the ivy from being invasive is we actually have it just in the ground in a pot, because otherwise this will get so rooted everywhere and just kind of destroy your garden and your house, the structure. So with ivy, again, a little pot that's in the ground or in the garden bed so that the roots are really contained. But it's super cool and beautiful to see. And then there's a hydrangea right here that will bloom later on in the summertime. Look at this color. It's just so nice. Okay, so then over here, this is, I'm not exactly sure actually, but this is a pussy willow tree. It's really pretty, kind of Dr. Seuss-like. And we have purple flowers. And then back over here, later on in the summer, I think these are tomatoes because that's why we have this little guy. Yeah, maybe I should have brushed up before I did this tour, but whatever. Okay, then we have the table, and this table and chairs, they're both from Details Home and Garden, which is where the little credenza is, and it's so beautiful. This style I love. It's called Faux Bois, and it just looks like it is tree branches. And then the little cushions are from IKEA that just perfectly fit and were the right color. And this hanging basket is just sitting on a little pedestal. So super, super pretty. Look at that. And then the last part of the garden that I'll show you guys are these hydrangea bushes that also won't, they're not gonna bloom until later this summer, but super pretty and nice and green and bright. And then these columns, like this column and this column, these are also from Details Home and Garden. So yeah, super fun little quick garden tour update. We love it so much out here. Gonna make some tea and then edit in the backyard. Okay, we're in my room. The AC is going, so if you hear that, sorry. It's getting really hot. It's supposed to be in the 90s tomorrow, I guess, or get up to the 90s. That's what my mom said. Okay, so I'm just pulled some things to start to pack. I'm only there for 3 full days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All 3 days are shooting, with the exception of Friday morning. So I have 8 shoots, and I'm going to be bringing, I know for sure, this pair of skinny jeans. These are from a Gold. I wear them all the time. I've had them since 2017, actually, when I first moved to New York. So I love these. So I think I'm just going to bring these as my pants. And then I have a couple of white t-shirts. So I'm going to pare this down. But I have these two are same style. They're like a cropped, more of a baby tee style, I guess. And then this is a longer, larger kind of white t-shirt. And then I have this button down, but it's going to be in the 70s, so I don't know if I'm going to necessarily need this, but I do have this button down pulled. And then I have this skirt pulled. I don't think it's going to be that hot where I need a skirt, but I do have this. And yeah, so this is an option as well. And then I think I'm also going to bring this dress to shoot in, and this might be what I end up just wearing the whole time, so we'll see. This is from American Vintage, which is a great line that's in the UK. I believe they have a store in Soho, but it's a really cool line, and this is a nice cotton with the longer sleeves. It's longer, so it's going to be great for shooting in. And then if it gets a bit too hot, I have like a little tank top I could wear under this. Then I could always put on a skirt or something, I guess. I don't know. And then the other thing I do have are these white shorts. These are from Mercier. I've talked about them so many times. These are so great. I meant to actually grab a belt to go with these. That's at Ryan's right now, but I don't need both of these. I don't need all of this. So I'm going to just pare it down, but I just pulled what I have right now. And then for the airplane, I'm going to do these Lululemon flare leggings, super comfortable. These I just have out, but I'm not going to wear them, so I need to put those back. And then I have this hoodie, and then I'm going to bring a sports bra and a t-shirt and then pajamas. And then I'm going to pick what hat I'm going to wear just to have as like an option. So I have these 2 pulled. So yeah, I'm going to do 1 pair of shoes, which are going to be my Hoka running shoes, and then I think I'm going to travel in my Birkenstock so I can have both options. So I'm going to deal with this all tomorrow, like paring it down, but everything is here and I'm feeling good. And then I just need to pack toiletries and my camera bag, of course. It's so hot out now, and my office is like beating. I don't have AC other than the unit in the window, and then we have a little one that sometimes we put in the loft, and that works too. But I am going to just work on editing from my bed, watch TV, curl up, snuggle up, and then tomorrow is going to be kind of a go time for packing and everything. I'm so glad that we rescheduled the photo shoot tonight to be a different day, it was definitely the responsible thing to do. And again, since it was a YouTube video, it was totally fine and flexible. So yeah, I don't have any client shoots anymore this week until I leave for New York. So we did a shoot on Sunday night, and then Thursday get into New York City. My flight leaves here at 9 a.m. from SeaTac, and then I believe I get in at like 3 p.m. And then I'm staying with one of my best friend, Laura. So her and her husband just moved back to New York City. I met her originally when I lived there in New York, and then she went to Atlanta, I went to Seattle, and now she's back. And so I'm really grateful to be able to stay with her, because typically I stay in a hotel, which cost so much money in New York, and so I'm saving like $1,000. So thank you, Laura. So I'm gonna stay with her and her husband in Brooklyn, and then on Friday I have my first shoot actually in Brooklyn, and it's with a returning client. So we're gonna do photos of her in her apartment, and then we're gonna Uber over to Fidei. And yeah, anyway, so I'm not going to get into my schedule, I guess, but I'm really excited. It's going to be such a fun trip, and I'm there for 3 full days, all for shoots. I am going to be shooting my friend Ariana on Sunday, and we're doing a branding shoot for her. So that will be fun to hang out with her. And then Friday morning, I have a brunch scheduled, I have a reservation for brunch at Ladere, which I'm excited about. So yeah, I am going to sign off for the night, or until if I have anything else I want to say tonight, I guess. But tomorrow is going to be the last day of this vlog, and it is going to be all packing and prep, so it will be super fun. There are really, really bad wildfires over in Canada right now on the East Coast, which is making the air quality in New York City toxic. And last night, after I signed off for the vlog, I had like a friend and a client texting me, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, so we were gonna see and wait until this morning to see if it was getting better, or if it was getting worse, or if it was staying the same, because it kind of determines like the wind, wherever the wind is blowing is where it's going to go. And so if the wind went in an opposite direction, then it could get better in New York. But it got worse, and it's really scary for everybody involved. And today, it's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and earlier this morning I had a friend be like, oh my gosh, it's getting worse and worse as like the hour goes on. So we've decided to reschedule, and thankfully my flight on Alaska Airlines was fully refundable. So I canceled my trip, and now we're looking at later in July. And so I wrote all my clients, and then I just have one other thing I need to do, like a appointment that is during that time in July that I would leave, like on Thursday. That'll kind of determine what flight I take. So I'm just waiting to hear back from that. And then I'll book my flight, and then get the rescheduling contracts out to my clients, and then get the flight sorted and everything. So that's going to happen a little bit later today. But yeah, it's always scary with wildfires, and it's very eerie too when you go outside and the sky is like orange. I think it was a summer ago, I don't remember, a couple summers ago, here in Washington, we had really bad smoke too, that I believe it was even coming from Oregon maybe, and Oregon was bad, and there was a point where like the sky was red, and so yeah, very, very scary. So just to keep everybody safe, we're not going to shoot, and now that it's gotten worse, we're definitely not going to shoot. So I have the rest of the week here in Seattle open, and so just trying to kind of make the most use of the time that I have. So I'm going to be doing computer work, but also a lot of content creation this week, since I have the days blocked out. So I am kind of wrapping up all of my computer work today in the next like 2 hours or so, and then I'm going to do some Instagram reels, and then I have an Orange Theory class that I'm wanting to take, and then a Pilates one that I'm on a wait list for, and then we're just going to do some fun Instagram reel stuff. So anyway, I had a comment on, I believe it was my previous vlog or 2 vlogs ago, I had a comment on a recent vlog asking about what do you do when you are traveling for photo shoots and something like happens with the weather. So whether it rains or this kind of catastrophe happens. So I will make sure that I get a fully refundable flight. And I usually book through Alaska Airlines, or JetBlue is also great from Seattle to New York. But on on most airlines nowadays, you can opt to have like a middle tier. So on Alaska, there's like 3 tiers. There's economy, like saver, and that's non-refundable flight, but it's super cheap. And then there's like main, and then that's the refundable flight. And then there's the other ones that I like, first class and stuff. So I used to always do saver, but then I had like 1 or 2 times where I ended up having to cancel. I believe last year I even did it because Bumblebee was really, really sick and there was an emergency with him. And so I wasn't able to get my flight money back or able to like change the ticket or extend it or anything. You can't do anything with the economy one. So, or the saver. Yeah. So now I always do the refundable one. I believe it's like $100 or $200 more, but it's definitely worth it, especially in these kind of scenarios. So when it comes to these photo shoots where I'm traveling out of state, I will, and I'm going on a plane, I will do that. And then the other thing is, most clients are, all my clients are understanding. Most clients that you have are going to be understanding of when it's like rainy. So, and needing to like move things around. So I believe that I have had one time where I was going to New York and we moved it to the following weekend, I believe, because we were rained out. Something like that has happened. And the thing is, when it comes to hotels, so this time around I was staying with a friend, and I'll stay with her again. But in the past, before she lived there, I would book my hotel, and you need to call the hotel itself or book directly on the actual hotel's website. If you use Expedia, if you use any of the third-party sites, even if it seems like it's the website for the hotel, but it's not, if that makes sense, then you are at the mercy of the refund policy of those third-party sites. So if you were to call the hotel and book it there, then most of the time, like, definitely ask with the hotels that I stay at, I'm able to get fully refunded, I believe 24 hours, as long as it's 24-hour notice. So you're always going to want to do that. Also, because if you are loyal to a hotel, whether it's a whole chain like the Marriott or Hilton, or these like hotel groups that have a variety of different little ones, then you could actually get like member, you can get member pricing for the room, so you save a little bit. So anyway, that's what I would do. And then in terms of with the clients themselves, you want to be in contact with them and start the conversation even a bit earlier than you think is necessary. So for instance, yesterday, like immediately once I got the news about how the wildfire smoke was going, I actually had somebody write me who was going to assist for me for one of the videos I was going to film there. And she was the one to text me about it. So that was the first time I had heard of it, because I was a little bit off my phone, whatever, it was the evening. And so I look it up and I immediately write my clients and just have like an open dialogue about like, hey, you know, I'm in contact with a friend who's going to let me know what the smoke is like tomorrow, but I just want to let you know we should consider rescheduling to a different date. So then we talked about that. So everybody's like not going to be super blindsided, even though with like a catastrophe like this or with rain, you know, people are going to be understanding of it, but I think it's good to start the conversation a bit earlier. So instead of waiting until this afternoon, because I had the information, I just wrote them the day before. So then you just pick a new time, like day, weekend that's going to work for everybody. And that would be late July. And then you send over a rescheduling contract. So there's a variety of different types of rescheduling contracts, and all of them, I'll have a link down below where you can go to get everything. It's on Contractista. I have a coupon code. It'll be in the description box below. But I know there's one that's just a rescheduling agreement. If everything is the same about the photo shoot except for the date, you send them that. Let's say it's an instance of a wedding. And when Kaylee, who's the attorney who runs Contractista, I've had her on my podcast before. She's like so awesome. We've done a lot of free resources together. She created these contracts because of COVID and all of the weddings that were getting rescheduled around a lot. So there's even one that's like, if your client has to reschedule their wedding or, their event, and they have a new date picked out, then that's that. But then there's a contract that's like, if the client is rescheduling their wedding, but they do not know a new date, there's a contract for that. So, so I'll have those linked down below, but I hope that can answer the question. And most of my clients on these trips are returning clients, so I've established a really great relationship with them. It honestly feels like I'm hanging out with my friends because they're all girls around my age for the most part, and you have that. They have the trust and confidence in you whether they're hiring you for the first time or for like the third or fourth time, like my clients from this trip, to know that you are making the best decision for them and for their health and safety. But I do recommend having the conversation earlier than later. And usually you can predict the weather on like weather.com about 10 days before the actual time that you're flying out. Now, of course, if this is like a wedding or something that you are both traveling to Paris, for instance, to shoot a proposal, you still have to go on that flight and still have to do that wedding regardless of the weather. But it's more for these like branding shoots. One of them was a maternity shoot where you have that flexibility to be able to choose a new date. So that's my update. I won't be going to New York, but I will have, by the time this vlog is out, I will have the rescheduled date available for anybody who is interested in booking, but maybe you weren't able to this time around. So that will be in the description box below at the very start of it, or you can just go to jessicawhitaker.co/book, but it will be at the end of July. And yeah, so I'm going to hop back onto the computer and then I will check back in when I'm going to create some content. Okay, I just filmed some reels. It was a little bit of a flop. I'm still going to be able to use some of the clips, but it is so hot in my house. And then I tried to shoot some in my garden, which I think are cute, but I was just like dripping in sweat. So I'm going to wash off my makeup, and I think I'm not gonna go to Orange Theory today. Literally last week or 2 vlogs ago, I was like, I'm going on my flop air, I'm gonna start working out, and I need to work out in the morning, so I'm gonna just do that tomorrow morning. So I got my dresses back that I went to get tailored. So this dress is from Love Shack Fancy, and it was super long in the straps. So I had the straps brought up and now it fits, and I have a couple more dresses that I should try on, 2 more. One for a wedding that I got hemmed, and then another got hemmed and then the straps brought up. But yeah, so it was a really productive day on the computer, and my bedroom has an AC unit, so I'm just gonna go in there and edit some of the stuff on my computer and just chill out. Okay, so it's Thursday evening and I spent the day at the co-working space I switched it up and went to Bellevue today, so I'm about to head back into Seattle, but it was a day of a lot of editing, and it felt so good. And almost everything with my New York rescheduling clients is sorted out. I just have one client who is double checking that the new date will work, but we have landed on the weekend of July 28th. So if you're interested in booking, I will have that link down below. Today I woke up with food poisoning and I was throwing up and I don't know what it was. I've been to Mom G Sushi like dozens of times, but something just didn't agree with me. So I didn't go to Orange Theory or Pilates this morning, and I feel like maybe in the previous vlogs where I'm like, I'm coming on my flop era, I'm gonna start exercising every morning. Maybe I shouldn't have said that because I barely have this last week and the week prior. So tomorrow I'm signed up for Orange Theory and then Pilates back to back, and that will be really good. So yeah, I was really ill this morning, but I'm super caught up with work. I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling really good about all of the rescheduling, and the smoke is just getting worse in New York. And in the summer 2020 here in Seattle, there was really bad wildfires. I don't recall if they were from Canada or California, but it was orange outside in Oregon. And then up here in Seattle, it was pretty bad too. And so it just reminds me of, since I've been through that, it reminds me of that catastrophe back 2 years ago, and that it is really serious. So I'm really glad that everybody was cool with rescheduling. And yeah, I'm feeling good and caught up. And now I'm going to head back into Seattle, and I'm going to surprise Ryan with Mendocino Farms. So my friend Shelby told me about Mendocino Farms and that they opened up a location in South Lake Union, which is the neighborhood we were in yesterday. And they're also opening up one in downtown Seattle, which is the next neighborhood over. And I heard from Shelby that she said they're opening a Sweet Green, which is a salad place that I love that's in New York, in Capitol Hill. And then a couple of weeks ago, I saw that they're opening up one in Kirkland as well at Totem Lake. So I'm really hoping that they're going to open up a Sweet Green in other locations as well. But yeah, so I'm going to go and surprise him with Mendocino Farms and then just do a handful of edits, whatever else I have. And I'm feeling really good and really motivated, so I'm just gonna ride on that wave of motivation and do some more photo editing later tonight after I get some food. So let's go back to Seattle. Okay, change of plans. I'm actually gonna just go to Trader Joe's. Ryan is doing his own thing for dinner, so I'm gonna do some grocery shopping for next week. Since I'm right next to Trader Joe's, might as well do it. So I'm going to try to vlog in there and share with you what I'm picking up and just restocking on. I want to get some stuff for breakfast, and then some of the frozen meals, and then maybe some pre-made stuff, which I love Trader Joe's for. So let's go. It's Friday morning and I'm about to go work out. I'm going to do an Orange Theory class, and then I'm in Mercier Island, so there's a Pilates, Club Pilates right next door to the Orange Theory. So I'm going to do back to back, and I know it's going to feel really good. This is my first time working out since Monday, I think. So I am excited to just kind of get back into it. I also might be doing photos with my friend later tonight down in Puyallup at the lupine field. It just depends. It's raining right now, so if it's not raining down in Puyallup, or if it clears up, but there's a chance that we might cancel that because of the rain. Usually in June, this is how it is. It's 56 right now. It's rainy, it's gray. But this year, it has been so beautiful, starting in May. So I was a little bit jarred when I woke up and saw the rain. I'm like, oh, right. This is the normal, not the sunny skies here in Seattle, at least. It's much later on Friday afternoon. I'm charging up my car. I'm headed back to my house where I'm going to be for the weekend, and most of next week. Towards the tail end, I have client shoots. But next week is going to be quite chill because Ryan is actually out of town, and I'm not going to be I don't have any plans for being in downtown or Capitol Hill or anything. So it's going to be a cozy week at home, catching up on to do my normal work, and then random random to-do tasks and things like that. So I'm excited for that, but in order for me to keep myself from kind of getting a bit depressed, like when I spend too much time by myself in my home, I can find myself feeling really lonely and kind of sinking into depression a little bit. I've signed up for Pilates classes in the morning to get into the swing of doing that, working out in the morning, because clearly it's not working out right now. Oh, let me pick up this call. Ryan's calling. Anyway, clearly it's not working out for me to exercise at the evening, or during the evening. So I am going to end off the vlog here. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I will have links to like my favorite workout clothes, my tech gear, any kind of tech, whether it's vlogging, podcasting, my camera gear is going to be all linked down in the description box below. Be sure to subscribe and to tune in to the Build and Bloom Photography podcast. Season 2 is out and we are 11 episodes deep, and I think I'm going to start recording more solo shows. That's what I did all in season 1 up until COVID. Then I started having guests on, and I wasn't really taking the podcast too consistently, but now it's in full swing and I'm really excited about it. So be sure to tune in on wherever you listen to your podcasts, and I will see you guys in my next video. Click right here to watch and to learn. I'll see you there.